Hello, welcome to natemareflix. I am Nate. You are you. I love Scream 2022, or Scream 5, or Scream, whatever you want to call the damn movie. I loved it. I was all about it. It blew away my expectations, and so all props, all respect to Radio Silence, and the boys are coming back. That is right, we are less than 365 days away from Scream 6. Now, I don't know what Radio Silence has in mind for the movie. I don't know what ideas they're going to be rolling out and unfolding for us. But in the meantime, I've got my own ideas. That's right, you saw the thumbnail, you read the title. This is 6 big ideas for Scream 6. Now, before we get to my ideas, let me know your ideas. What do you Scream fanboys and fangirls need and want to see in this new movie? What did you think was maybe missing in Scream 5 and could be instilled in this latest entry? Now, once you've done that, if you're new to the channel, if you could hit subscribe, that would be great. But that's enough of all that YouTube, yada, yada, yada. This is my list of 6 big ideas for Scream 6. Number 6, I want this opening to be iconic. I want it to be instantly memorable. I want it to be remarkable, and I want it to be brutal and blood-soaked to really set the tone for Scream 6. Scream 5, it was fun, it was fresh. They subverted expectations by having the victim escape Ghostface. We've never seen that before. That was cool, but now we gotta almost overcorrect, and we gotta do things in a really, really grisly fashion. And if we do it right, then we can do it in a way that harkens back to Scream and Scream 2, the 2 films that most people laud as their favorites in the franchise, and we can get it really emotional, and that plays into my next idea. Number 5, I want the Ghostface killer or killers to go for the jugular right off the bat. I want them to come for Sydney's family. That is right. I want the script to allow for Sydney and the children to be out of the house, and we see Mark Kincaid, old McDreamy himself, walking about the house and then receiving a phone call. Because at first fans are going to be like, oh, Kincaid, oh my, this is awesome. This is the opening of a Scream movie. This is not going to be good. And it's not, because as mentioned in the last point, it's going to get real visceral. We're going to see blood flying. He may get gutted like a fish, but it's going to set the tone for the movie, and it's going to be emotional, and it's going to get you invested right off the bat, and it's going to give Sydney all the motivation and then some to come back and whip some Ghostface ass, whether it be 1 killer, 2 killers, 3 killers, I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about that more in a later point. Number 4, these Ghostface mean business. They're not just going to kill Sydney's husband. They're coming for the past survivors of past films and individuals who are affected by the events of past films. So Randy's sister, yeah, she's getting off. 1 or both of her kids, they are getting off. So Sydney is going to be devastated. She's going to be enraged. These Ghostface are taking everything from her once more. There's absolutely no way she could step away from these events. She's got to come back and be that heroic final girl we all know and love. And you know Gail's going to come along for the ride if Sydney has been just seeing her life decimated in this type of fashion. I think it'd be a way to do fan service, but have it really lend itself to a story and an arc that would be really satisfying, a little bit emotional, really intense, really scary. Let me know. Would you like this idea? Do you want to see Ghostface go after these individuals? Number 3, so by this point it's apparent I want a very capable, menacing, and deadly Ghostface or Ghostfaces. And let's face it, usually you gotta have more than one. I want more than one. I think we may get crazy and go for 3 this time around. And beyond that, wait, there's more. I think at least one of them needs to escape in this film. And that way, because the first movie did talk about how there are people on YouTube constantly talking about these films and what should be in these films and what these films should involve, we can get a little bit meta, because you're going to then have an entire year or more of people doing their fan theories about, well, let's see, this person was still alive, this person was still alive, this person was absent for this part, and this part, could it be this person? No, I think it's this person. So you get great engagement on the fan base's part, but this would also be meta because the past film kind of took Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills to task in a few ways, in the way it talked about using legacy players and the way that you treat fans and what should be done with those films. That stuff is in there, so you could further kind of commentate on Halloween Kills, because Halloween Kills there wasn't a whole lot of drama or dread because you kind of knew ultimately Laurie was going to be alive and Michael was going to be alive because they announced before the movie that this is a part of a trilogy. So you knew you were just getting filler, you were just getting some meat, and that certain people were going to be safe and just wrapped up in all the plot armor. This movie, if you don't announce that, yeah, we already have another movie planned for after this one, it's going to really shock and astound people when at the end of things, there's still a Ghostface on the loose. That's never happened before, and it's going to actually hit with a proper oomph the way Halloween Kills ending may not have. Number 2, something I don't want to see. I do not want to see Sam Carpenter become a Ghostface killer. It is just way too obvious. I mean, one of my least favorite things about Scream 5 was the whole her seeing her dad, seeing like the ghost or visage of Billy Loomis and him kind of counseling her and giving her the coaching. It would just be a jump the shark type of moment for me if in the next film she is becoming a killer and picking up the mantle or the knife from Billy Loomis. That would just be kind of lazy and way too obvious for a Scream movie. So we can't do that. We got to do something else with it. So we need to either have her sort of moving past it, dealing with her own trauma, having her own arc to where she's not seeing him anymore. He slowly starts to get faded out. Or something needs to happen to where maybe this character, Sam, she dies as, wow, well, I'm really setting up one bloody, just mean-spirited Scream movie. Everybody dying. But if she dies, then maybe that allows for a moment where you can have a passing of the baton from Sam and maybe even sitting to where Jenna Ortega, Tara, maybe she becomes the new final girl or the new focus of these films. Lord, would she be motivated after the events of the last film and now having her sister die? And number 1, the thing I want most, or actually the thing I want the least, because this is another thing I don't want to see, is no Stu Macher. Look, if you have seen my ranking of the Ghostface killers, then you know I have all the love and admiration for Matthew Lillard and for Stu Macher. But it just doesn't make any sense for him to be in another Scream movie. I'm sorry, I know so many fans want him, but the guy died in 1996. And yes, I'm saying he died because how else, after 4 other movies since the original, all these years later, talking about something like 26 years later, nobody has ever mentioned or made an allusion to him once, and that he's alive and that he's incarcerated? What? That would be just way too clumsy and way too asinine to actually be involved in a Scream script. We're better than that, guys. We're better than that. That ship has sailed. If you want to see a plotline like that, go check out Kevin Williamson's TV series with Kevin Bacon called The Following. First couple seasons are pretty good. Get some dark atmosphere and some good slasher stuff going on. It had the plotline that he originally intended, which would have brought back Stu, but I'm saying it's just too late. It wouldn't make any sense when you go back and watch Scream 2, Scream 3, Scream 4. It's like, how is there no mention of this guy? So let's do something else. I've come up with a movie here in which you'd be bringing back past characters and you'd have all the fan service and it would go beyond fan service. It actually makes sense from a story perspective. So let's not go over the top by involving Stu Macher. That's my ask. These are the 6 things that I most want to see in Scream 6. Be sure to let me know what you think of my ideas. Hit me up with your ideas. I will talk to you fine folks down in the comments section. If you're new to the channel and enjoy this video, please hit subscribe. We're closing in on 800. It would mean the world to me. I would just appreciate it so much. Other than that, I just have one ask for you. That's that you have a great day. I'm Nate for natemareflix, and that's a wrap.